The Brain Smart Start. You will hear a lot about a Brain Smart Start. It is one of those pieces that, when done well, it is beautiful in bringing a class together. We have some amazing teachers who do this phenomenal. But there's 4 elements to it. The first is to unite, the second to disengage stress, the third to connect, and the fourth to commit. Now, the one I'm about to show you, we actually do with our women's rehab group. So it's going to be very bright because it has to get their attention. Okay. I want you to think, how do you do these 4 things before you start your classes? Especially if your classes are with you all day. So this is for our younger kids, but you actually could do this very quickly, move through these for older students as well. Some of our schools, it's a school-wide Brain Smart Start. It's large classes. Some of them are done in the classroom. Make it your own. Okay, that's number 1. You know your building, you know your limitations, you know your kids, you know your teacher's personality. So let's jump in. So first is to unite. Now, to unite is to bring everyone together. And that can be with a clapping piece. This is, lemonade, clap, 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 crunchy ice, sip it once, sip it twice, turn around, touch the ground, and freeze. It can be something silly like that. It can be coming together to solve, like I said, a math problem, a relevant math problem, a math riddle, a social studies riddle, a English, something. Look, if you have content, I know you're content experts. You got stuff that can bring kids together to figure this stuff out, right? It'd be great if it was movement, but if it's not, it's just not up to, it's not. I would rather you try to unite the class than just not try. So biggest step here, just how will you unite the class before you move forward? Understand that many of them are bringing in stress. So how do we get that nervous system settled so they can learn? This is roller coaster breathing. And it's, you inhale, you go up, exhale, whoa, 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 whoa. Inhale up, exhale, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. That's how you disengage stress. The next one, of course, is connecting. Now, again, remember, this is the one we do with women at a women's rehab center. And so we are literally teaching them stuff they've never had in childhood. A lot of them are hoping to give their kids childhoods that their children don't have to recover from like they are, or how they use drugs to do. So this connecting piece is where you make eye contact and you touch. You have that eye contact, touch, playful, present going on. How can you bring that to your room, right? Without it, I can already hear, like, through the internet, I'm already hearing that would turn into a loud, wild group. What is that telling you? If you let the kids connect and they get out of control, what could that be a signal of? So our first mindset is to say, oh, it's a signal they can't control themselves. Or could it be that they're so hungry for connection that they don't know how to handle it when they do get to have it? Remember, a lot of these kids are connecting via the phone. And so they're not even having this time to connect with eye contact, touch, playful, present. So instead of saying, I can't let them do this, Joy, because they are going to shoot through the roof and I'll never get them back down to even learn. What is that telling us about our kids, that when they finally do get something that excites the brain, they can't control the excitement? And maybe if every class gave them this ability to connect in a meaningful way, it wouldn't take it to a level of absurd ridiculousness that I do know occurs. Does that make sense? So before we say they can't handle it, what instead we all look at each other as the adults and say, they never get the opportunity, so they don't have the skill to handle it. And then, of course, committing it. Ask for that commitment today. I commit to be safe. I commit to learn. I commit that if I get frustrated, I won't give up. I commit to knowing that failure is growing. If I make a mistake, it's okay. We're going to have a culture, instead of a culture of genius where everyone has to be perfect to make A's, we're going to have a culture of basically growth where everyone is growing and moving up. And therefore, if I make a C and it's a hard earned C, I'm going to be proud of that because it's better than if I just threw my book and walked out the room. All right, Brain Smart starts. How can you do this? This is the challenge. If this is something you want to take on, how can you unite those kids when they come in? How do you disengage that stress? How do you provide that connection with eye contact, touch, playful, present, and then make that commitment to learn and move them forward? This could possibly take maybe 3 minutes for my high school teachers who have 45 minutes to teach a class. Imagine, lock them in for those 3 minutes, get them locked in and get them ready to learn. So now for the other 41 minutes, maybe they're engaged in learning and you actually get more done in a little bit less time because you're not trying to fight them on every step. All right. Hope it was helpful.